Okay, I got it out. Finally got it out. So what we doing? We talking about S44, recall S44. And like I say, what's going on is they guesstimating about 37,000. 37,000 of these pumps were built improperly. And if you drive them, if you driving and you lose pump pressure, that could cause a crash. That could cause an accident. You don't want that to happen. So what Chrysler doing is essentially making us replace all the pumps. So that's what I'm doing on this one. I'm finna replace the pump with a new one. Now, there's a section in the recall. It's S44. There's a section in the recall that says, do not replace the torque converter unless you have problem with it. Unless you see like clutch debris in the pan or something like that, anything along those lines, then yeah, you can get a torque converter. But for the most part, they want us to replace all the freaking pumps. And this applies to the 2015 and the early built 2015s and the late model 2015 and the early built 2016. And again, it's only like 37,000. But it may apply to your car. That's why I say, man, recalls are free. And the best way to know if a recall apply to your car, simply call your local Chrysler dealer. Or contact your local Chrysler dealer and give them your VIN, your VIN. That way they can pull up everything about your car as far as recall. Basically everything. They can pull up everything about your car just with your VIN. So every letter in that VIN dictates something. So year, make, model, they can tell you everything about your car. Get this pump out of here. So I'm pretty much done with this one. I'm gonna put a new pump in it and check the fluid, do a quick learn on it. I always do a quick learn on it. I don't know if y'all scan tools capable of doing quick learns, but I always do a quick learn on the transmission when I do any kind of repair. So I mean, you can't tell by looking at this if this is wasn't machined properly or whatever, but you just do what you're told. Chrysler know. They're aware of the vendors that they got it from, and they're aware of the problems that it may have or the problems it may cause. So I'm just gonna do it. All right, I don't want this video to be long because I'm simply vlogging and just talking. I can't show y'all how to do this. Really, there's no need to show you. If it's a recall, you get it free anyway. You should take it to the dealer anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up. Thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Alrighty guys, real quick, let's pick on the engineers for a hot second, guys. Now, this is the differential that I'm getting ready to replace. As y'all can see, it's all busted up, guys. I don't know what happened. I'm not a snitch. I refuse to predict what happened. Alright, I did not say burnout. Alright, that is not my call to make. However, in order to replace this differential, it's 4 hooks up that bolts it to the frame. Alright, these bolts right here, okay, y'all see that? That is one of them. Now, the other one is extremely hard to get to, and they didn't leave you enough room. So this is a good time to pick on the engineers. I don't know why they didn't think of this. When engineers do things like that, they make the mechanic have no other choice but to reconfigure or redo the body or redo things that they shouldn't be doing. This is the other bolts that I have to get. But look, there's no clearance between here and the freaking the tank or the trunk. Now, but what average mechanic would do is simply pry that in, bend that in to make some room to get that bolt out. We shouldn't have to do all that, man. Engineers, come on, put some thought into this stuff. Look what they coming to pick up. And I remember I just did a video on this saying goodbye to that 604 and saying hello to 62 TE, guys. This was going in a minivan. that the customer simply neglected. Okay, they never did a service, guys. I told y'all, I preach this time and time again, guys. Service your transmission, these TE transmission, every 60,000 miles. This is 62 TE, different from that one. However, this was easy to overhaul too, guys. I think the thing with this one is it comes with a 3-year, 100,000 mile warranty. All right, so yeah, I say go for it at that point because he's dealing with a longer length of time. I got some lines here. Let's see. Hey, all right, let's look aftermarket. Wait a minute. Mopar no car. What kind of condenser is this? Oh my goodness. Condenser. All right, it's not Mopar no car. Gotta use this with this transmission. We'll see how it works, guys. You got one time to fail me. Your days are numbered. Alrighty, guys. Y'all remember the transmission I put in that Journey the other day? Well, here's the old one. They want it back. Now, guys, I'm over here reminiscing. I cannot believe we just easily replacing these transmissions like it ain't nothing. These are the easiest transmission ever to overhaul. I used to overhaul these daily. Okay, yeah, all I needed was a torque converter, front pump, and an overhaul kit. But nowadays, that torque converter probably hard to get, and those 3 parts probably exceed the value of the transmission. That's why they much rather just replace the whole unit. Now, where it's headed after they leave here, I don't know, but I got to box it back up and send it back to them. But I'm just reminiscing. I used to grab these out in no time, set them on the table, bust them apart. Take a look at some of this clip right here. This seal right here, this is one of the main seals that fail on these. So if you got a slipping A604 or 41 TE, you go inside the input clutch assembly and replace all those seals and you're done. All right, and clean up everything, replace that torque converter and front pump. That is your overhaul. I've done it for years, and now we're just throwing them away. Yes, we live in a throwaway society. Let's talk common sense. I want to talk to the service advisor, mechanic, whoever in charge of selling service or repairs. If your shop is one of those shops that thrive off services, maintenance and things like that, coolant flush and things like that, if you sell a coolant flush based off, let me pull this dipstick out. It's the coolant dipstick. Y'all see how brown it is at the bottom? If you sell a coolant flush based off of this, you show this to a customer and say, see, you need a coolant flush. She'll be like, oh my God, okay, go ahead and fix it. Now, you have to keep in mind, once the mechanic done, let him know that you sold it off this, because it's not going to magically change to white, okay, like this. Okay, now mechanic, you be smart enough to try to make this as white as possible, because what if you got one of those customers that go, let me see that they flush it, and they pull it out and it's still brown. Oh, y'all didn't do nothing. It's a recheck. It's all about perception. In the customer mind, you sold him a coolant flush based off this and your coolant was dirty. Damn it, mechanic, find a way to make this white again, okay? I don't care what you got to do. This can't be that expensive. Hell, go get a new one. But whatever you do, find a way to make it white again.